So, imagine having a superpower that just completely removes the barrier of decoding words, like letting your actual intelligence totally shine through in any classroom or exam hall. Well, welcome everyone to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a truly fantastic piece of educational tech. And honestly, our goal is super simple. We want to help you master it. Yep, we are talking about the reading pen. Now, whether you've literally just been handed one of these for the very first time, or maybe you've had one sitting at the bottom of your pencil case for a while and you just aren't quite sure how to get the absolute most out of it, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to completely demystify this brilliant little tool today, so you can walk in feeling totally empowered.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll officially meet your reading pen. Then, we'll break down exactly how it works, look at what it can and definitely cannot do, cover some top tips for success, and finally, we'll discuss the golden rule. Use it or lose it. Let's just jump right in.
Section 1. Meet your reading pen. First off, it's really important to know that an educational accommodation like this, it's a tool designed to level the playing field. It's definitely not a disadvantage. So why exactly have you been given this? Well, there are actually several really common, perfectly normal reasons. Maybe you just find reading a bit tricky. Or perhaps you read a little slower than you'd like. Or you kind of hit a wall when you face unfamiliar, complex words. Totally normal. Some people even find they just easily lose their place on a super busy page of text. Or, and honestly this is a really big one, maybe you just understand information so much better when you actually hear the words spoken out loud. If any of that sounds familiar to you, well, this pen is literally made for you.
So what is it? At its core, a reading pen is incredibly simple. It's just a handheld device that reads printed words aloud when you scan them. But you know what the absolute most crucial part of this is? The control it gives you. It's there to help you tackle difficult words or figure out tricky questions. But hey, you are completely in the driver's seat. You choose exactly what to scan and you choose exactly when to use it. It's a tool that works strictly on your command.
All right, moving on to Section 2, how it works.
Let's walk through the physical mechanics step by step. Honestly, just think of this as a simple, repeatable routine that's going to become second nature to you in no time. Step 1, pick it up, and just make sure it's actually switched on and ready to go. Step 2, place the pen right on the line of text and move it nice and smoothly across the words you want to hear. Step 3, listen carefully, either through the speaker or, your headphones. Step 4, scan it again if you need to. Seriously, there is absolutely no limit here. You can listen to the same word or sentence as many times as you like. Now, I really want to pause on Step 5 because this is absolutely vital. Think about your answer. The pen reads the words sure, but you have to decide what the answer is. And finally, Step 6, use it whenever it helps. You definitely don't need to scan every single word, just the ones where you need a little extra help.
Which brings us to Section 3, what it can do.
There is a fundamental boundary you really need to understand here. It's all about the pen's job versus your job. Basically, the pen's job is purely mechanical. It just reads the words on the page. Your job? That's the intellectual part. You do the thinking. Think of it like this. The pen handles the heavy lifting of decoding the text, so your brain is completely freed up to do the hard work of actually analyzing the question and formulating a truly brilliant answer. Knowing that division of labor, you are really empowered to take control. You can scan just one tricky individual word, or you can drag it across whole entire sentences. You can listen again as many times as you need to. I mean, the pen is never going to get impatient with you. You can read some questions completely by yourself and then just use the pen for the tougher ones. And most importantly, you get to work at your very own pace. You are 100% in control of how much or how little you rely on it during an exam. Okay, Section 4. What it cannot do. Now, just as it's super important to know your powers, it is equally important to understand the strict limits here. So what can't the pen do? Well, it absolutely cannot explain what a question actually means. It will not tell you the answer. No way. It won't give you any sneaky hints or clues either. It definitely cannot tell you if the answer you just wrote down is right or wrong, and above all else, it cannot think for you. We really have to loudly reinforce this core philosophy. The pen reads the text, but the intelligence, the knowledge, the reasoning, that all comes 100% from you. Let's look at Section 5. Top tips for success. Let's get into some highly actionable, practical advice for getting the absolute most out of this tool, especially in a high-pressure environment like an exam hall. First up, scan slowly and steadily. Don't whip the pen across the page like a race car, right? Give it a proper chance to actually read the text. Second, wear your headphones if they're provided. This really helps you zone in and blocks out all that distracting noise around you.
Third, replay difficult words. Don't just sort of guess what a word meant. If you didn't quite catch it the first time, scan it again. And fourth, seriously, use it whenever it helps you understand a question better.
And honestly, this is perhaps the most crucial tip of all. Don't rush just because other students have finished. We've all been there, right? In an exam, it is so incredibly easy to panic when you start hearing other people closing their papers or packing up their bags. But listen, you have to own your time. Trust your personal pace. Your reading pen is there to help you work methodically. So just take a deep breath, totally ignore the room, and use the time you need to show exactly what you know.
Finally, Section 6. Use it or lose it. We really need to talk about the high stakes of maintaining this official accommodation. Literally, use it or lose it. For this to be totally valid, your reading pen actually needs to be established as your normal way of working. This means if you just let it gather dust and don't use it regularly, your school might actually lack the official evidence required to let you keep it for your big exams. So the rule is super simple. If you need it, you must use it, or you really do risk losing it entirely.
Knowing exactly when to use it is what keeps that accommodation active for you. And the answer is, whenever it's available. You should definitely be using it in your normal lessons, where appropriate. You should absolutely use it in your class assessments. You must use it in your mock exams. All of this practice, all this evidence, it builds up so that you are fully cleared and completely comfortable to use it when it really counts in your final exams. Consistency is absolutely the key here.
So before you walk into that exam hall, you need to mentally check off these boxes. Do I know how to use the pen? Yes. Do I know how to scan text slowly and correctly? Yes. Do I know I can replay words and sentences as much as I want? Yes, absolutely. Do I know the pen cannot explain questions or give me the answers? Yes. Look, if you can confidently check all those boxes, then you are completely ready to use your reading pen. You're compliant with the rules, and you are prepared.
I want to wrap up our explainer today with this really powerful final thought. A reading pen helps you read and understand the words on the page. It doesn't give you the answers, it helps you show what you know. It literally just removes the barrier of the printed word so that your actual true knowledge can shine through. So the question I'm going to leave you with is this. When you walk into your very next exam, will you just let that pen sit there on your desk, or will you pick it up, take total control of your learning, and confidently show the world exactly what you know? Use it confidently and go do your best. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy studying!